Well, climate change, it was a focus of President Obama's State of the Union address Tuesday, and this morning, a comprehensive climate change bill be introduced in the Senate. The authors of that bill, California Senator Barbara Boxer and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. And Senator Sanders joins us live from Capitol Hill this morning to discuss more. Senator, thanks for being with us. The timing seems right on this bill. What are you hoping to achieve?
Look, here is the story. Climate change is the most serious planetary crisis facing the United States and the rest of the world. Right now, what we are seeing is devastating problems in our country and around the planet in terms of drought, in terms of flood, in terms of extreme weather disturbances. And what the scientific community is telling us is if we don't get our act together, if we don't significantly cut back on greenhouse gas emissions starting immediately, all of those problems are going to get much worse. And by the end of this century, if you can believe it, the planet Earth could be at least 8 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than it is today, with devastating crises as a result.
Senator, you propose curbing emissions by imposing fees on emissions. Ultimately, someone will argue that that's going to hurt business. Can you have business thrive and the environment thrive at the same time?
The answer is absolutely, but what I've just told you is that the scientific community says that we're going to look at catastrophic problems all over the world. You're going to see the disappearance of major cities in America and around the world on the coastal areas as the sea rises. You're going to see food prices escalate rapidly because of drought. You're going to see, according to the CIA and our own Defense Department, more potential for war as people around the world lose their ability to grow food and they have to migrate and fight over natural resources. We are facing a planetary crisis. That's the reality. Now, what we are proposing, by the way, is to move away very rapidly from fossil fuel, move to energy efficiency, and move to sustainable energies, and make America the leader in the world in those technologies. And when you do that, by the way, you create jobs. You create jobs. We also have in this legislation significant sums of money to protect people who might, in the transition period, be paying more for their fuel.
Senator, how quickly would you like to see us convert to sustainable energy?
Look, I am not a scientist. All I am telling you is what the scientific community tells us. I'm on the Environment Committee. I'm on the Energy Committee. There is no debate, or virtually no debate, among the leading scientists of the world. We are facing a crisis. We have got to move yesterday. All of what the scientific community is telling us is that projections that they made several years ago were wrong. They underestimated the problem. Now, you talk about money. The Congress appropriately, I voted for it, voted $60 billion to help the people who are the victims of Sandy in New York, New Jersey. Previous year, I'm in Vermont. That's my state. We were hit hard by Irene. If we don't get our act together, you can expect more of these types of extreme weather disturbances with even greater severity, costing taxpayers huge sums of money. Well, we got a crisis. We got to address it.
All right, Senator, we appreciate your time this morning. Hopefully we can talk to you again soon. Bernie Sanders from Vermont.